Action figure out of me, but
I did. I made it. Now, why don't we have? I mean, now Soda Toys is really the only company to make a close enough theatrically-ish version where I got the head for my custom figure. Now, why aren't we doing like? Why can't I get a Mad Cowboy? Like, why can't I get a Jizzinator? Like,
well, you need to go to Diet Soda Toys,
oh,
and I think it's much better.
much better.
Tell them I'm not the. We're not in that business. We make movies that nobody watches.
So can
Right?
I try
That's all
to?
we do.
How much would it charge if I like tried to get a Kickstarter to make like Toxie figures?
We're dying to get a new Toxie figure.
Well,
Dying.
go for it. Go do it. I've got nothing to say against it. Do it.
You got nothing.
But I don't think it's worthwhile. You know, it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
And maybe Lucky Seven. Tell them to do it. Give them your notes. I'm sure they'd love to hear. Is that what they
Right.
call Lucky Seven? Right?
Super Seven.
Yeah.
Super Seven. I'm sorry.
They're
Super
lucky
Seven.
though. I mean, they're lucky enough to have bought
They
the
are very
rights.
lucky.
You know, so
Well,
I don't know,
Troma is lucky to have you guys be so kind to us.
thank you. Like
We have the
even-
best fans in the world. They
Seriously.
really the only reason we're here for 40.
So basically, that was an interview that I had done for my podcast called the Action Toy Art Podcast back in 2017, where I basically got the rights from Lloyd himself in order to actually make this Toxic Avenger custom action figure. So shout out to Lloyd Kaufman, who is an amazing human being and actually gave me the inspiration in order to take this project to the next level. So here he is, the 1/6 scale Toxic Avenger that I created recently. This is the third one I've done. This is in fact my favorite character of all time. I've grown up with the Toxic Avenger and Lloyd is my hero. Basically, this is a kit bash custom. The head was sculpted by an amazing artist, Caine Production, who is currently working with Trick or Treat Studios to do those Michael Myers figures. I contacted him to get several of the heads and do a run. So basically after that I contacted, I think it's Poison something, to get the spandex suits, and the tutu was bought basically just on eBay. That was the only thing that I felt like I wasn't, collaborating with another artist, but technically I was. I just don't really know their name. But yeah, so I did everything else to the figure. The spandex was all white, so it had to be completely painted from scratch. All of the burns in him are actual burns where I take a lighter and basically sizzle onto them until the flesh gets removed. This is a custom mop that I did make. Very easy. You just take string, kind of wind it down until it's just the thinnest you possibly can. Then you have to rebind it. And for this one, I actually used a wire, kind of like the style that he uses in the first place, and then custom paint it. As you can see, these spots on his arms are basically a combo of hot glue and some burn techniques, which I've recently done. And if you see the piece on his chest there, that's also a combination of hot glue that you kind of just move around and paint. And if you actually see his head up there too, I burned that to create more bumps. And he does have some custom hair back there as well. But yeah, the painting is obviously the hardest process because Toxie is so beat up. The boots here are 100% created as well. You just take very thin tape and keep wrapping them and wrapping them and wrapping them, and then paint them up to your likeness. But that's the hardest part with Toxie, is he's so dirty and disgusting. As you can see with the shoulder pad-ish there, it's, you kind of have to cut the fabric very close to the net. But yeah, this is a super fun custom. Takes a long time because you have to wait for things to dry, and these spandex actually don't dye. You have to paint them. And the customer allowed me to basically do my own version of what I thought would be an amazing new Toxic Avenger figure. So I kind of went a little crazy with that. And also with this project, what I wanted to do is, now that I had a couple people who have gotten these from me, I wanted to make kind of like add-ons. So the first package I'm going to be doing is these barrels right here. I'm going to kind of be trying to do these double barrels where one is sitting inside the other, and it looks like the toxic waste is oozing out of there. I can make single cans if need be, but I just thought these would be awesome because you really can't actually get any barrels in this size. So these are just regular cans that I have painstakingly painted up to make them look like they are very old and filled with toxic waste. So if anybody wants these can be bought by themselves, or if you want to get a premium package version of the Toxic Avenger figure, I can include these in a deluxe style packaging. But yeah, these are a lot of fun. This one was a regular like actual soda can. Since the mouth was open, I decided to make that one ooze out, so I can do a couple different styles. But yeah, I just thought these would be super rad.